Monique, the work from home mogul, to-do lists. How do you make them and how do you follow them? That's what we're going to talk about this week with special guest Iron Fran. If sticking around is not on your to-do list, go ahead and put that on there and check it off. If you have a plan, but you do not have a to-do list, you might as well not have a plan. And if you have a to-do list without a plan, better than not having a to-do list. Like at minimum, have a plan for the day of what you're doing. The best thing is if you have your quarterly or annually, weekly, daily, whatever it is, plan, and you break that into your to-do list. It's pretty much gonna go into 3 different categories: marketing and sales, operations, and content. MOC. Marketing is the most important to reach your sale goals. All the activity that is needed to get your customers through to the end of a transaction. Everything that you need to drive your customers to your website or to get them to a sales meeting or sales appointment. Any form of advertising. The free kind is social media. So we already did an episode on ideas of what you could be doing for a social media schedule. What are the things that you're doing to get your 50 clicks to your website to get a sale? Same thing goes for sales appointments. Are you buying the leads? Are they referrals? Are you physically meeting people or reaching out to them on social media? Do you have a lead generation software? Operations. Everything in the office to make your business run smoothly. So for me, that is ordering, having enough products and things that I need to actually package my materials, shipping, making sure that the website doesn't have any errors, checking on the advertising, checking that my mailing list is up to date, printing, having all my printing, all my stickers, all my labels. Engagement can go into operations or it could be its own separate thing. Now, when I talk about engagement, it's customer retention. So it is all of the moving parts to keep your customers engaged. It can also be the social media engagement. If you're doing that all yourself and it's a lot of work, it can be its own category. Following up with people, commenting, getting testimonials, getting feedback. An ambassador program could also go under operations, and then a part of that is also marketing, keeping everything up to date. C for content creation. And so for my creatives, this is the fun part. This is where you're making the videos, you're making the flyers, the posts, you're writing up the newsletters, you're making social media contests, you're partnering with people to have interviews or to have media, spotlights, guest blog on people, making pretty designs and things for stuff, editing, creating, basically making your company visible to your target audience without individually reaching out to them would be considered part of the content. So when you're thinking about what to put on your to-do list, think of MOC. How do you make your to-do list? Is it digital or is it handwritten? Maybe you already know how you can be accountable to your own self, but for me, this is the biggest thing, is having something where I actually do it. Now, handwritten works for me. So there's a few different things you can do. One is just have it a piece of paper. So 3 most important things to do in the morning, 3 or more most important things to do in the afternoon. Check them off. Now I have this folded in half, and that way whatever I didn't finish, I could put on this other side. I don't waste paper. You might also do the pocket notebook if you perhaps wear cargo pants and you want to just keep it on you all the time, and like if you don't want it crumpled and getting all types of like hand sanitizer, you might want to put this in your pocket. Or you might do the old-fashioned hard copy notebook You're not carrying this around with you, but you could simply take pictures of it if you're on the go. Have everything in this handy dandy notebook. It's just gonna be a pain in the ass if you ever lose this thing. Handwritten does something psychologically to you to make you commit more, and just the act of crossing things off, it gives you that whole reward hormone that comes out, releases endorphins and makes you feel like rewarded and a sense of accomplishment. Some people like to go digital with their to-do lists. So if you do know of an app that works for you, go ahead and put it in the comments. Any of your calendar notifications might be a great idea if they are not daily, because if you get used to it, then guess what? You just ignore it. You don't want your to-do list to become mundane. You do not have to do the same thing on your to-do list at the same time every day. That will not make you actually excited to do it. Variety, switching up, creates some type of excitement. There's a task application. There's To Do with Microsoft, which is great because the notification actually makes you check it off, or it makes you push it off 3 hours. This does work for me in combination with writing down. That notification comes up. If I didn't do it, I keep pushing it off until like the end of the day, but eventually it gets done. If you have your marketing plan, you know what numbers of traffic or what numbers of people to talk to get to your sales goal. You can break that down into your to-do list. Operations, you have organized what things that you need to get your business to run smoothly and things to check on so that your customers can make it through the transaction process. Very important. If you're doing all your social media and customer retention yourself, then engagement needs to be its own priority because it can take up a lot of time. And it is one of the most important things is to keep your customers and your potential customers engaged. And then finally, creating content. For some of us, this is the most fun part. So you want to make sure that it's part of your day. You're resourcing that out. You're including that in your operations to check that all of the content is how you want it and fits in with your branding. Without further ado, I would like to introduce my special guest, Iron Fran. She is a marathon runner, triathlete, major competition winner, has jobs, has dogs. She's going to tell you how she does it all. They call me Iron Fran because I get things done. So how do you prioritize what you do first and what comes later? To-do list everything. How do you get in the habit to just get things moving, even if you don't feel like doing it? Thank you, Monique. I am all about the to-do list. I'm all about getting everything done, because once you get to that finish line, you keep going and you keep doing things and you keep going, because it's a sprint, not a marathon. But unless it is a sprint, in which case you need to just go and then rest later. Wow, I love that. I love having a long to-do list because there's a rush. There's an energy to it. It just, the more that you do, the more that you want to do. So you want to keep going and you want to keep doing things and you want to keep getting things done. Woo! Well, I know for me, it could feel like if I have way too many things going on that I could forget some stuff. How do you power through that? There's a myth out there that says that the more things that there are, the less that you're going to remember, but it actually increases your memory to keep things going and to keep having things, and then you just start remembering, and then your brain starts tricking itself into remembering things, and there's different synapses that are connecting with each other, and it's all about just doing, because the more that you do, the more that you want to do. Thanks, work from home bodies, for watching this week's video. Subscribe if you're not a part of the family. Put that notification bell on. Like, comment, and we'll see you in the next video. We did it! Because the more that you do, the more that you want to do.